So on to the next question. So someone asked me about what to do when someone points at your plate and says, "Is that all you're eating?" Now again, this is a very common thing, and this is something that I have gone through. And you've got to think about it when someone has pointed out to you that you probably don't have enough on your plate, because that's the reason why they're saying it to you. You've got to realise that they're not saying it just for the fun of it. So if someone says this to you, what you've got to do, rather than panic about it and just, I don't know, what a lot of people tend to do in those sort of situations is that they either panic and get upset, so they leave, or they get angry, get into an argument and leave. Either way, it's not a good thing. So what's a better thing that you should be doing in that situation? Well, as I've said, someone is saying it to you because there is a reason behind it. They're not just doing it for the fun of it. So if they say it to you, you've got to think about it. Look at your plate and think, this isn't enough. And if you're actually truly surprised by this, you've got to then think about the way your mind has been warped to think that that is a normal serving size. And if that is the case, then what I really advise you to do is to have someone help you try and serve out what is a proper serving. Or you can also look up what a serving size should be on the internet. There are many, many sources, and I know some of them run by weights, but that's not really convenient for many of you. But a lot of places run by more arbitrary methods, whether it be a tablespoon of this, a teaspoon of that, or have I think some places say have as many carbs as what you can hold in your in a like an open fist, those kind of things. If you're willing to undertake those kind of methods to understand what a proper healthy serving size looks like, then please feel free to do so. But equally, asking for someone for help is not a sign of weakness. You've got to understand this. And it's something that I've had to go through myself by asking other people for help. And I did feel quite vulnerable at the time. But by asking someone for help and for them to say yes, it's like having a massive weight taken off your shoulders. Of course you're going to feel a bit anxious about what they might possibly do, but that's just the anxiety thinking of all the bad things that could possibly happen that probably will not happen, because if you're willing to be open with this person, it's probably because they're a nice person and they're unlikely to do something bad to you. So please take comfort in the fact that you can ask people for help. Now, if you look at the plate and also agree with the person that what you're eating isn't a proper serving size, and you know this based on just general knowledge, then what I advise you to do is to not panic first of all, because if you panic, things go bad. You've just got to firstly breathe, just think for a second about what you can do next. Now, the thing that you should do is go back to the plate and put on what you know should be the normal serving size, because you should know this by now if you're at that point in recovery. And you shouldn't worry about what the negative connotations could be, because all you're doing is reaching what should be a normal serving size. You're not going overboard. You were previously underboard and you're just compensating for that. You've got to take it in that rational mindset rather than the irrational mindset of putting more on your plate, and that's a bad thing. The other thing you could do is, of course, start again. And that just involves you emptying the plate and just putting on what you know should be a normal portion. And that is completely acceptable so long as you get it right the second time. You just have to be slow and do things at a pace that you feel is comfortable. Just so long as you get to that point where you know that you've got a plate of food that is what should be on your meal plan, or what you know is a normal serving size, then that's a great thing and you should be really proud of that.